Welcome to the deep dive. Okay, today we're jumping straight into a story that's just wow. It's about absolute financial and, maybe more importantly, personal transformation.
It really is something.
Yeah, our sources detail the life of Darcy Wallace. Her entire existence basically pivoted on a single, desperate $3 bet.
Just $3.
Took her from this really confined life in Kansas straight into the, well, blinding lights and liberation of Las Vegas.
It's like the ultimate break glass in case of emergency kind of move, isn't it?
Yeah.
Darcy didn't arrive in Vegas looking for a fortune. Not really.
No.
She was running on fumes.
Yeah.
Literally fleeing a life that was just defined by exhaustion, fear, and this really strict control.
That control element is key.
Totally. Her story isn't just about getting rich.
Yeah.
It's more about what happens when you essentially buy your freedom in one single chaotic, glittering moment.
So our mission today on this deep dive is to unpack that crushing emotional weight of her past life, the burden of what would have been if she'd just stayed compliant, and then chart this incredibly high-stakes journey of how she uses that sudden, massive jackpot to claim a new self-directed identity.
And to really get the intensity of her escape, you have to look at what she left behind. Her reason for driving out of Kansas wasn't some grand plan. It was total collapse. She'd lost her job. She was about to lose her home. She felt, and I think this quote nails it, she had every reason for tossing her clothes into a suitcase and driving away.
Wow.
Yeah, she was maybe aiming for some kind of personal odyssey, but she landed in Vegas purely by default, just drove west because that's where the car was pointed.
And the source of all this pressure, was her fiancé, Gerald.
Gerald?
Yeah, I mean, from the outside, he offered everything, didn't he? Lovely home, stylish clothes, tropical getaway.
A whole package, seemingly.
But the sources are really clear on the price tag for this gilded cage. Darcy had to keep buried every dream, every longing, every private wish, and basically just promised to do exactly as she was told.
And she was doing it for a while. She was compliant.
Yeah.
But the actual, physical escape, that was triggered by a pretty stunning betrayal.
Okay, tell us.
Darcy found out Gerald hadn't just, encouraged her to live small. He deliberately manipulated her circumstances, made sure she lost her job, made sure she faced eviction.
No way.
Yeah, specifically to force her to buckle, to marry him. It was control through coercion, basically.
That's stark.
It is.
And her first act of defiance, I love this part. It wasn't driving away, it was symbolic.
Yes.
She grabs scissors and just starts cutting off her own shoulder-length hair until it's short, like a boy's cut, thinking, it was her hair, damn it.
Exactly. That physical act, that rejection of the image he likely controlled, that had to come first.
Before the actual flight.
Absolutely. She needed to see herself differently before she could leave. And when she finally did flee, she snuck out like a thief, middle of the night.
Wow.
She gets to Vegas completely broke. Car breaks down. She has, less than $10 left?
Yeah, incredible.
But despite that, the total financial ruin, she was finally, at 23, out from under Gerald's thumb. And that itself, that was a priceless win right there.
Absolutely. And then she sees Las Vegas.
Oh, yeah.
She describes this incredible moment, looking up at the shimmering, Oz-like skyline.
Must have been unreal.
Sees a globe of exotic buildings, lights twinkling like a carnival, calls it a wonderland, loud and gaudy and unapologetically adult.
The total opposite of everything Gerald stood for, right?
Precisely, the antithesis.
And the city, it didn't offer her comfort, not really. It offered raw experience.
That's a great way to put it.
She rejects safety, rejects domesticity completely. She wants the crowds and the noise, the hot blood and the cold nerves, everything her old life wasn't.
Yeah.
And yet she's still carrying this literal weight, her tote bag. It's filled with her secret notebooks, her manuscript pages.
Her real dreams.
Exactly, which she says weighed like stone. She wants to live, see things, and crucially, write about it all.
Which brings us right to the moment of the gamble.
The big one.
She has $9.37 left. That's it. And this progressive slot machine jackpot is staring her down at what, $1.8 million?
$8,800,079.37, to be exact.
Wow. Okay. And she knows the max bet is $3. So she's debating spending a third of her entire net worth on pure chance. Reasoning, like, what good was $9.37? It would buy her a meal.
But then what? Yeah. I think this is maybe the most rational moment in her whole escape, strangely.
Oh, so?
She realizes $9 buys her a pause, maybe a burger, but it doesn't buy her a future.
Right.
So feeding those last bills in, pulling that handle, it feels less like gambling and more like, I don't know, an act of emotional necessity, not financial planning.
Yeah, she even thinks it had been worth the price just to watch, to know at least she'd pulled the handle, like closure.
Exactly, just the act itself.
And then, bam, triple symbols line up, bells, lights, deafening noise, someone shouts, "Holy cow, you hit the big one."
Can you even imagine?
The sensory overload is just too much. The crowd swamps her. She feels an ocean roaring in her head, and she just faints. Collapses right there.
Her reality just shattered. She literally couldn't process the shift.
Which is exactly where she crashes into the world of Mac Blade.
Mac, the owner of the Comanche Casino.
Yeah, he's described as sharp, professional, runs this huge place smoothly. He's the son of an empire builder himself.
Right, third-generation gambler lineage.
Yeah.
He knows the world, and he immediately sees Darcy as, well, an anomaly. Something doesn't fit.
His first impression is almost like protective, paternal even.
Yeah.
He sees the slip of a woman. She's pale as wax and just plain terrified.
Not drunk, not high, just scared.
Right. He mentally labels her a bruised fairy and nervous as a mouse at a feline convention. He doesn't see a jackpot winner. He sees a potential victim.
And that assessment really drives what he does next. Mac instantly gets the so what of this massive win, meaning Darcy now has serious money, like life-changing money, and absolutely zero protection. He knows instantly the wolves are going to tear off pieces of her in short order if she doesn't have some protection.
So the fortune didn't solve her problems.
Oh, no. It just created a whole new set of much more sophisticated dangers.
So Darcy wakes up completely disoriented in this gigantic suite, mirrored ceiling, the works, total shell shock.
Understandably.
She keeps apologizing for everything and apparently mistakes Mac for the giant Indian war chief statue outside the casino entrance.
Hey, that's quite the visual.
Right. He calms her stay, gives her the classic Vegas line, the management hopes you'll put some of those winnings back into the pot.
Which is smart business, sure, but also maybe a bit protective. Keep her close.
But Mac knows, and Darcy quickly realizes too, that comps aren't enough. She needs serious backup. Legal, financial muscle.
Absolutely. This is Major League now.
So Mac reaches into his network. He contacts his uncle, Kane McGregor, former Attorney General of the United States.
Bringing out the big guns.
Definitely. And maybe more importantly, he warns Darcy about the press, says they'll do handsprings with the story. The orphaned, financially strapped librarian from Kansas hits jackpot.
That narrative is already forming around her. She needs to grab the reins of her own story fast.
And this is where the transformation really kicks into high gear, isn't it?
It really accelerates.
The money acts like this. Force field. It lets her actual self start to emerge.
Yes.
She confesses her secret dream to Mac to write books, love stories, adventures.
And Mac's reaction is just perfect.
Yeah.
He instantly validates her dream, doesn't hesitate, dismisses her ex-fiance's opinion, just says flat out, Gerald's an idiot.
That validation, you get the sense it's almost more valuable than the $1.8 million.
Oh, absolutely. It's permission. It's belief.
And then comes the physical change, which is also vital.
Right. It's functional, not just playing dress up.
She sheds the look of her old oppressed life, goes on a shopping spree, gets a professional makeover from this genius stylist, Charles.
And Charles gets the symbolism of her self-cut hair. He calls it brave. Foolish, but brave.
And he transforms her, makes her look like someone who could own $1.8 million. Sleek and just a little sassy is how it's described.
She's starting to inhabit her new reality. Visibly.
And she's not just getting money advice, she's getting real mentorship. She meets Daniel McGregor, Mac's grandfather.
The patriarch, the original empire builder.
Yeah, described as big, loud, bold. And Daniel immediately sees something in her, right? That fearlessness under the surface.
He recognizes grit when he sees it. And she also connects with Serena McGregor, Mac's mother.
Who apparently takes Darcy right under her wing, cheers on this newfound independence. She's building a support system.
A powerful one.
Yeah.
But now the tension shifts a bit. It's less about the money, more about the relationships. Especially with Mac.
How so?
Well, Mac sees the danger she's still potentially in, but maybe he's also dealing with his own growing feelings for her, this intense desire. So he insists she shouldn't be wandering the casino alone. Tries to manage her, reminds her the house always has the edge.
He's still trying to protect the bruised fairy.
Exactly. Instead of seeing the powerful woman emerging.
But she doesn't really need that kind of protection anymore, does she? And that gets tested, like, immediately.
But yeah, the big showdown.
Gerald, he tracks her down, confronts her right there in the hotel lobby, demands she pack her bags, transfer the money to his broker.
He fully expects her to just crumple, go back to being the old Darcy.
But that Darcy is gone.
Completely. This is her ultimate victory over that past. She doesn't just object, she stands her ground. Loudly. In public.
Tells him flat out she is never coming back. Says, I live here now.
And then she just dismantles his whole motivation. Tells him he only wanted her because he couldn't and wouldn't accept some no one refusing you.
Oof. Mic drop moment. She's no longer compliant. She's got $1.8 million, and the McGregors implicitly backing her up.
Game over for Gerald.
And her independence isn't just talk, it's strategy now. Mac's trying to maybe control her movements, protect her from Vegas.
So she makes a move.
She takes charge of her fortune, walks right up to the most powerful person she knows, Daniel McGregor, the grandfather.
Yep.
And declares, Daniel has agreed to be my financial advisor. Just like that.
Brilliant. It's a total power play, an assertion of self-direction. Mac can't argue with Daniel.
And Daniel is apparently thrilled by her guts.
Oh, he loves it. He immediately takes some of her capital, makes a tidy little sum on a short-term deal, pulls in 50 grand fast.
Wow.
Tells her, buy the bauble, enjoy it, the reward of the empire builder.
But Darcy's idea of a reward is different still.
Totally.
She tells Daniel what she really wants isn't baubles, it's time.
Time to write.
Exactly. Time to write. And to use her money to explore being happy. That's her goal.
I love that. Explore being happy.
And she wants to donate some money back to literacy causes because, she says, it fits. It aligns with who she is.
Her goal isn't just stacking cash. It's self-actualization. Using the money as a tool for that.
And that self-actualization happens incredibly fast. Her career dream, it solidifies.
Those notebooks weren't just doodles.
No. She submits her manuscripts, the ones she carried like stones, and sells 2 books.
Wow. Just like that.
Her agent confirms she has strong talent. This is the win that has nothing to do with the slot machine. This proves her worth to herself.
The jackpot opened the door, but she had to walk through it with her own talent.
And she fully commits to Vegas now, buys a house with cash.
No mortgage for Darcy.
Describes it as a little castle fashioned of soft colors and magic shapes. It pulls at her heart. She sees it as permanent, a place where anything can happen.
She's putting down roots in the city of chance.
Yeah.
Claiming her territory.
Meanwhile, Mac, he's struggling.
Yeah, he's caught up in his own maybe arrogance or fear. He thinks she's just dazzled by it all. Too inexperienced for his world.
Right.
He decides he has to cut her loose. For her own good, he tells himself. Thinks virtue and sin didn't mate comfortably.
Ouch.
So he tells her, pretty definitively, the Comanche's not your home, it's mine. Tries to draw that line again.
But Darcy's learned how to fight for her place now.
Has she ever?
She defends buying the house. She's done research on Vegas, fastest growing city in the country, low crime rate. She proves she's not some fluff-brained idiot acting on impulse.
She's smart. She's engaged. She's serious about her life here.
And her final, maybe most public act of owning this new self, it's back on the casino floor.
Okay.
Mac finds her playing craps, rolling the dice, blowing on them, totally into it, demanding, let mine ride.
Fantastic. She's not betting out of desperation anymore.
Nope. It's confidence. She's embraced the language, the energy, the risk of this place on her own terms.
And that is the moment Mac finally gets it. He realizes he was wrong about her. Completely wrong.
So what does he do?
Drives straight to her new house, her castle, to tell her he loves her, and he wants to live there with her.
Wow. Full turnaround.
He proposes, basically, based on this new spirit he sees in her, this risk-taking Darcy. He asks her, willing to risk it, Darcy. Want to take a gamble on us?
And her answer?
Perfect. Just perfect. She says, it so happens I'm on a hot streak.
Amazing. She bet on herself, and then everything else started to fall into place.
Exactly.
It's such an incredible insight, really, into what true financial freedom can unlock. Darcy didn't just win a jackpot.
Right.
She used that money as pure leverage.
Right.
Leverage to get independence from a controlling fiancé, launch the career she'd kept hidden for years, and buy a home, roots, in a city she'd only dreamed about.
Yeah. Her story really hammers home that the biggest winnings, they're often not the cash itself. They're the confidence, the courage to bet on your own abilities.
Right.
and to choose the more in life, the freedom, the creativity, the leave them when the odds feel impossibly long, or when people close to you are telling you to stay small.
Darcy had to gamble literally everything she had left on a slot machine just to break free from her past. But she only really won her life, her real life, once she started betting her heart, her talent, her future.
Well said.
So, something for you to maybe think about long after this deep dive. When you're looking for personal freedom, that leap you need to take, where is that line between taking a smart, calculated risk and making a reckless, maybe life-changing gamble that deep down you just know is necessary?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? Or maybe the $1.8 million question in this case.
Indeed. We'll leave you with that.